There comes a moment in life when you finally realize that constantly comparing yourself to other people is one of the fastest ways to destroy your own peace of mind. Every day you see people achieving things. Someone is earning more money, someone is traveling the world, someone is reaching goals faster than you, and someone else seems to be living the life you once dreamed about. At first, it can feel discouraging. It can make you question whether you are moving too slowly or whether you are falling behind. But one of the most powerful mental shifts a person can make is learning to say, I don't care who's doing better than me. This mindset does not come from arrogance or jealousy. It comes from understanding that life is not a competition where everyone starts at the same place and runs toward the same finish line. Every person has a different story, different struggles, different opportunity, and different timing. When you compare your journey to someone else's, you are comparing two completely different paths. Many people fall into the trap of constantly measuring their progress against the progress of others. Social media has made this even more common. Every day you see highlights of someone else's success, their celebrations, their achievements, and their victories. What you rarely see are the sleepless nights, the failures, the doubts, and the struggles they faced behind the scenes. Because of this, comparison creates a distorted picture of reality. You begin to feel like everyone else is moving forward while you are standing still. But the truth is that every person is facing battles that others cannot see. When you adopt the mindset of not caring who is doing better than you, you free yourself from that unnecessary pressure. Instead of focusing on someone else's progress, you begin focusing on your own growth. Your only real competition is the person you were yesterday. Are you learning more than you knew before? Are you becoming stronger than you were before? Are you developing discipline, patience, and resilience? If the answer is yes, then you are already winning your own race. Success is not about reaching the same destination as someone else. It is about becoming the best version of yourself. Some people discover their path early in life. Others take longer to figure out what they truly want. Some people move quickly toward their goals. Others progress slowly but steadily. Neither path is wrong. The danger of comparison is that it distracts you from your own journey. Instead of investing energy into building your future, you waste time worrying about someone else's progress. Imagine running a marathon while constantly turning your head to see where everyone else is. Eventually, that distraction would slow you down. It might even cause you to stumble. Life works the same way. When your attention is constantly focused on others, your own progress begins to suffer. People who achieve long-term success usually share a common trait. They stay focused on their own lane. They respect the achievements of others, but they do not allow those achievements to control their emotions or their direction. They understand that someone else's success does not take away from their own potential. There will always be people ahead of you in certain areas of life, but there will also be people who look at your progress and feel inspired by how far you have come. Perspective changes everything. Instead of feeling threatened by someone else's success, you can choose to see it as proof that success is possible. Their achievements can become motivation instead of comparison. This only works when your self-worth is not tied to being better than someone else. True confidence comes from knowing that your value is not determined by how you rank against others. Your value comes from your effort, your persistence, and your willingness to keep improving. Another important lesson in life is that everyone moves at their own pace. Some people achieve major success in their 20s. Others find their purpose in their 30s, 40s, or even later. There is no universal timeline for success. The only timeline that matters is the one that allows you to grow and develop in a way that aligns with your own goals and values. When you stop worrying about who is doing better than you, something incredible happens. Your focus becomes sharper. Your mind becomes calmer. Your energy is no longer divided between your progress and someone else's achievements. Instead of chasing approval or validation, you begin building a life that feels meaningful to you. And that is where real fulfillment begins. As you grow older and gain more experience in life, you begin to understand something that many people struggle to accept. The world will always have people who appear to be ahead of you. There will always be someone earning more money, someone gaining recognition faster, someone building a career quicker, or someone achieving milestones earlier than you expected for yourself. If you allow those comparisons to control your mindset, you will spend your entire life feeling like you are behind. But the truth is that comparison is one of the most dangerous distractions on the path to success. The moment you start measuring your life against someone else's progress, focusing on the one thing that truly matters, your own growth. Every person you see succeeding has walked a different road than you. They face different opportunities, different obstacles, different circumstances, and different moments that shape their journey. Their timeline cannot be your timeline because their story is not your story. Many people waste years feeling frustrated because they believe they should already be where someone else is. They look at another person's achievements and think, Why not me? But that question rarely leads to progress. It often leads to doubt, insecurity, and unnecessary pressure. The moment you stop asking that question and start focusing on your own direction, everything begins to change. When you adopt the mindset of not caring who is doing better than you, it does not mean you stop respecting the achievements of others. It means you stop allowing their success to make you feel inadequate. You understand that their journey has nothing to do with your potential. This mindset brings a powerful sense of freedom. Instead of feeling stressed every time you see someone else succeed, you remain calm and focused. You remind yourself that your progress is happening at the pace that your life requires. Some of the most successful people in history did not achieve recognition early in life. Many of them spent years working quietly, developing their skills, and building experience before the world noticed their work. Those years of quiet progress are often invisible to others. From the outside, it may look like success appeared suddenly, but behind that moment were years of effort that nobody saw. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you begin appreciating those quiet moments of growth. You start recognizing the value of learning, practicing, and improving without constantly seeking validation. Your focus shifts from proving something to others to proving something to yourself. Another important truth is that comparison often ignores the struggles behind someone's success. You might see their achievements, but you rarely see the sacrifices they made to reach that point. You do not see the nights they spent working while others were sleeping. You do not see the failures they experienced before they finally succeeded. You do not see the doubts they fought through when progress felt slow, because those struggles are hidden. Comparison creates an illusion that success came easily for them while you are struggling more than you should. But success rarely comes easily for anyone. The difference is that some people stay focused on their own journey long enough to reach the breakthrough moment. When you say, "I don't care who's doing better than me," you are not ignoring the world around you. You are choosing to protect your mental focus. You are choosing to invest your energy where it matters most, your own improvement. Imagine how much progress you could make if every moment you spent comparing yourself to someone else was instead spent developing your skills, improving your habits, and strengthening your mindset. That shift alone could transform the direction of your life. Another powerful benefit of this mindset is that it removes jealousy from your perspective. Instead of feeling threatened by someone else's success, you can learn from it. You can observe what they did well and apply those lessons to your own journey. Success becomes inspiration rather than competition. Change in thinking allows you to grow faster because your attention is directed toward learning instead of resentment. Over time, you also begin to realize something important: success looks different for everyone. For some people, success means building a thriving business. For others, creating a stable life for their family. For someone else, success may mean overcoming personal struggles and becoming emotionally stronger. When you compare yourself to others, you often assume that their definition of success should also be yours. But fulfillment comes from pursuing goals that align with your own values, not someone else's expectations. You may find happiness in a path that looks completely different from the one someone else is following. And that is perfectly okay. Life is not a race where everyone must reach the same finish line at the same time. It is a journey where each person discovers their own purpose and moves forward at their own pace. When you fully accept this idea, the need for comparison begins to disappear. Instead of worrying about who is ahead of you, you focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. And that simple shift in mindset can unlock a level of peace and productivity that comparison could never provide. At some point in your life, you begin to realize that constantly looking at other people's progress only slows down your own. Every moment spent worrying about how far someone else has gone is a moment taken away from your own growth. This is why the mindset of saying, "I don't care who's doing better than me," becomes so powerful. It shifts your attention back to the one life you actually have control over, your own. Many people never reach their full potential because they are too busy watching others succeed. Instead of improving their skills, they are scrolling through social media, comparing their lives to someone else's highlight reel. They see pictures of success, celebrations, and achievements, but they do not see the years of effort, rejection, and discipline behind those moments. Comparison makes progress feel slow even when you are moving forward. It creates an illusion that everyone else is winning while you are falling behind. But the truth is that progress often happens quietly. Real growth takes time. It happens through small, consistent actions that do not always look impressive in the beginning. The people who eventually succeed are usually the ones who stayed focused on their own lane while others were distracted by comparison. Think about how much energy people waste trying to compete with someone else's life. They try to copy another person's path, another person's career, another person's lifestyle, without realizing that what works for someone else may not work for them. Your journey is meant to be different. Your strengths are different. Your experiences are different. Your opportunities and challenges are different. You try to measure your success by someone else's achievements. You ignore the unique path that life has placed in front of you. The moment you truly stop caring about who is doing better than you, something powerful happens inside your mind. You begin to feel lighter. The pressure to constantly prove yourself starts to disappear. Instead of chasing validation, you begin chasing improvement. Instead of worrying about how people see you, you begin focusing on who you are becoming. And that shift changes everything. You begin to realize that the real competition in life has nothing to do with other people. The real challenge is becoming stronger than the version of yourself that existed yesterday. Are you more disciplined than you were before? Are you learning new skills? Are you becoming more patient and resilient? Those are the questions that truly matter. When your focus stays on personal growth, comparison loses its power over you. Someone else's success becomes just another example of what is possible, not a threat to your self-worth. Another important truth is that success often arrives at unexpected times. Some people experience breakthroughs early in life, while others spend years preparing before their opportunity finally appears. People quit too early because they believe they are already behind. They see others moving ahead and assume that their chance has passed. But life rarely works that way. Sometimes the delay in your progress is actually preparation. Slow years where you feel like nothing big is happening may actually be the years where you are building the foundation for something greater. Skills are being developed. Character is being strengthened. Experience is being gained. These things may not look impressive in the moment, but they become extremely valuable later. If you allow comparison to discourage you during this stage, you may walk away from your path just before your breakthrough appears. That is why protecting your mindset is so important. People who eventually achieve meaningful success are not always the fastest or the most talented. Often, they are simply the ones who refused to quit while everyone else became distracted by comparison. They stayed committed to their journey. They accepted that progress takes time. They understood that their future depends on consistency, not competition. Another thing you eventually learn is that someone else's success does not reduce your chances of achieving your own goals. Life is not a limited competition where only a few people are allowed to succeed. There is room for many people to grow, achieve, and build meaningful lives. When you stop viewing success as a competition, you can celebrate other people's achievements without feeling threatened by them. Their victories no longer make you feel smaller. Instead, they remind you that progress is possible. That mindset creates a healthier relationship with success. Instead of chasing someone else's life, you begin designing your own. Instead of feeling rushed by someone else's timeline, you move forward at the pace that allows you to grow properly. And over time, you begin to notice something interesting. The people who were constantly comparing themselves to others often lose focus and burn out. But the people who stayed committed to their own path keep moving forward step by step, year after year. They may not always move quickly, but they move consistently. And consistency, more than anything else, is what eventually creates real success. Because in the end, the goal is not to be better than someone else. The goal is to become the best version of yourself.